I sit beside the fire and think of people long ago, of people who will see a world that I shall never know. But the moon is shining bright tonight upon the quiet snow, and I sit beside the fire and think of days that long ago.
I sit beside the fire and think of how the world will go, of how the leaves will turn to gold and how the rivers flow. The years will pass like autumn rain, the seasons come and go, but I sit beside the fire and think of friends I used to know.
I sit beside the fire and think of all that once has been, of roads that led through shadow deep and places I have seen. Though adventures fade to memory and journeys find their end, the fire glows, the shadows fall, and peace is with me then. I sit beside the fire and think of times when I was young, of dwarves and wizards, eagles high, of songs that once were sung. The dragons roar, the goblins cry, the spider's web so strong. Yet here I am in quiet room where all those fears are gone.
I sit beside the fire and think of Bilbo who set out, a hobbit small with hairy feet who never dreamed of doubt. He walked the world and faced the dark and brought the treasure home. Now old and gray he sits and smiles, no longer needs to roam.
The world is wide, the road is long, and many paths diverge, but every traveler finds at last the hearth where hearts converge. So let the ember slowly fade and let the night be deep, for in this quiet, gentle place the soul can finally sleep. I sit beside the fire and think of all the tales untold, of courage found in little hearts and friendships pure as gold. Though age may slow these weary feet and eyes grow dim with years, the fire glows, the shadows dance and wash away the tears. I sit beside the fire and think of Frodo far away, of Sam and Merry, Pippin too, who walked a harder way. May stars shine bright upon their path and gentle winds be kind, till one day far beyond the sea we meet with open mind. I sit beside the fire and think of journeys near and